Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Horns Report on KXAN Live. I'm your host, Billy Gase, and with me, as always, Sports Director Roger Wallace. And before we get to talking about what we're about to talk about, Jonathan Brooks, Texas' star running back, was injured in Saturday's game against TCU. Went to the locker room. Turned out he tore his ACL. He's out for the season, unfortunately. Big blow to the backfield for the Longhorns. During his press conference on Monday, Steve Sarkisian addressed that in some opening statements. So before we continue, let's hear from Sark about his running back being lost for this season.
Naturally, losing Jonathan for the season is a tough blow for us. I've said this about a couple other backs that were here before him, but I think the one thing that probably stings most for us as a team is the teammate that Jonathan Brooks is. He's a better person than he is football player, and he is a heck of a football player. He's a great runner. He can pass protect. He's a weapon out of the backfield catching the ball. So naturally, that creates a void, but that also creates opportunity. And so he'll be missed. He'll be with us, and we're going to support the heck out of him like we have in his entire time here, and I think he understands that. And I know those other backs are going to need his support, and that's where our culture has got to shine through. But obviously it creates opportunities, obviously, for C.J. Baxter, Jaden Blue, Keelan Robinson, Savion Red, and those guys are more than capable of doing a great job. So systematically, things will not change for us on that front. And we've got a lot of faith in those guys that they're going to perform at a high level.
So, obviously, injuries are terrible. They happen in sports all the time, but that doesn't make them less terrible. I mean, for a guy to go down like this, who kind of burst onto the scene a little bit, they didn't exactly know what they had in him. Turns out Jonathan Brooks was a very, very good running back.
I think you could argue that he's the team MVP right now. I think you can make a strong argument, especially if Texas has the best record in the Big 12. He's the offensive MVP in the Big 12. I know that would be strictly an argument. There's a lot of guys putting up big numbers, but when you think about what he's done for this team right now, he's number 6 in the nation in rushing. He's an excellent pass catcher, and what he does after he catches passes, and we saw that certainly with that little screen pass, it turned into 73 yards. So, yeah, this is huge. And it's the trickle-down effect because C.J. Baxter has been a great compliment, even though he did start the opener. I think some people were, a little surprised that he ran out there first. But then he's been nicked up and finally healthy. But, yeah, this is a huge blow, and you could argue the most devastating blow Texas could undergo. Malik Murphy won 2 games as a starter. Now, not nearly as dynamic as Quinn Ewers was throwing the football, but did the job. But, boy, now you're really behind the 8 ball leaning on C.J. Baxter, who's had a problem staying 100%, and then, where do they go from there? So they've got other guys, but other guys have been complimentary. Now they might need a Jaden Blue to carry it 10 or 12 times in a ball game.
Yeah, 1,139 rushing yards on the season, 10 touchdowns, like you said, Roger. Number 6 in the country in rushing yardage. Also caught a bunch of passes out of the backfield. He had around 280 so receiving yards. That puts him number 3 in FBS with scrimmage yards, and then number 6 in all-purpose yards, which usually reserved for the guys that also return kicks. So that makes it even more impressive that he was up on that list with just his rushing and receiving totals. Sarkisian and his staff thought that Baxter could be the guy. Obviously, they started him his freshman season, or else they wouldn't have think he could be kind of like that featured back. Now they have to lean on him a little bit more. Sarkisian said that Baxter is finally 100% healthy with that foot that's been bothering him. But it also kind of leaves the door open for a guy like Keelan Robinson to get back in the fold. And Jaden Blue, a guy that Steve Sarkisian liked at the end of last season. It's going to give Blue a little bit more of a platform to showcase his skills.
They have to. I mean, you just can't ask C.J. Baxter to go out there and carry it 25, 30 times. We saw what Baxter meant to them when Jonathan Brooks was getting a heavy dose, and you'd spell Brooks with Baxter, and he was extremely effective, fresh legs and all that. So you're going to have to get some productivity out of Blue. Keelan Robinson didn't take a snap on Saturday, so yeah, he's got to get back in the fold. And then you mentioned Savion Red, who's only been in there primarily as that Wildcat quarterback. And then, obviously, the passing game. Sark was asked today, jokingly, you're going to go to Air Coryell, the old Chargers coach, and just put it up 40 times. And, Sark said, well, we'll do what we have to do, and it might end up being a pass-heavy game against Iowa State, but they don't want it to be that way, but they'll adjust any way that's successful. But, yeah, we've seen glimpses of C.J. Baxter. It's kind of funny. Brooks has 187 carries. Baxter has 87, so 100 fewer. But he did have his heaviest workload on Saturday at TCU.
Yeah, and one of those plays, we've seen it a couple times here already. I'll bring it up in like a full screen so we can look at it, with the full picture. But one of probably the best hustle plays, I would say, of the season.
I don't think there's any question.
In the first quarter of this game, Quinn Ewers throws ill-advised pass, puts a ton of air under this ball intended for Xavier Worthy, but ends up going into the hands of Miller Bradford from TCU. But then Jordan Whittington, who's on the other side of the field during this whole fiasco, runs Bradford down, forces a fumble, and creates kind of like that weird 2-turnover kind of like sequence where Texas gets the ball back and that interception gets kind of erased a little bit. So let me bring this up so you can watch it. It doesn't have really sound behind it, so we can talk over it if you really want to. But here is the play in question where Whittington forces a fumble, and then Xavier Worthy, also big hustle play, runs down the field and picks it up there in the first quarter.
Yeah, and the thing about this, Billy, is, Jordan Whittington goes from kind of being somebody in the film room they might poke some fun of, because right about here, a total whiff. You see Worthy already tracking him. What you don't see is Whittington. I timed it, Billy, from the whiff until he got to Bradford was 5.1 seconds. He's going down. He's sliding with his momentum going one way, recovers, retraces, and gets the strip. And A.D. Mitchell talked about it after the game, said that was a championship play and all the things. But, man, you watch that and you can't get enough of that play just to see the effort in an important moment, a total momentum shifter that shifted right back.
Incredible. That play could have went very south. Ewers throws an interception first quarter. Maybe TCU runs it in 3-4 plays later or whatever. Maybe that drive scores. Things could shift. But Sarkisian talked about this in his press conference as well. That's just the culture now of the team. It's taken Sarkisian about 3 seasons to really shift kind of that culture. They always talk about when they've been playing from behind these past 3 seasons, that 2 years ago, they probably don't come back and win any of those games if they're playing from behind. But now, at least they're building leads now, letting teams back in it. But they're still figuring out ways to win. A couple of years ago, probably would not have happened.
Yeah, they're finding out to make some plays. Obviously, Sark wasn't happy, and he called it uncharacteristic and unacceptable about getting outscored 20-3 in the fourth quarter. But you're sitting up there doing it with your 9th win of the season. So, again, it's that old, you can correct things after a win. It's a lot easier. Now it's just about kind of getting to the finish line. You have 2 games left. Yeah, you want to correct them for the next game. You're not going to make sweeping changes here in the last 2 weeks. But, every play in a one-score game, and that you're right, that's a huge momentum shift, because then Ewers is on the sideline thinking about that throw, and, some bad thoughts could be creeping in his head. And instead, he just stays out on the field, and they continue with their offense.
Yeah, one of the, and it's weird how more important that play became as the game unfolded, because it looked like we were headed for a blowout, 26-6, headed to the fourth quarter. Okay, maybe we're on easy street here. Things are, going well. Then all of a sudden, just like Houston, just like Kansas State, TCU scores a couple quick touchdowns, and oh boy, we're in for a dogfight again.
Yeah, and it's strange because that third quarter, TCU possessed it for over 9 minutes and didn't score on those long possessions. So you figure, okay, Longhorns have dodged that bullet. They get to the fourth quarter, but then the problem is what Sark said is you start giving up chunk plays and you start missing tackles, and if you can make them drive the ball 70 yards in 6 minutes, But instead, all of a sudden, TCU scoring in 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes. Then that 30-second drive after the kickoff and the penalty after the roughing out of the unsportsmanlike out of bounds, and they got the points back so fast, and that's the problem. You know, when you're trying to hold a lead, it's one thing to give up points, another to give it up so fast that the possessions increase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one of those things Sarkisian talked about specifically defensively. I mean, maybe they still call aggressive style calls on defense when they're up, but by that amount, because human nature says, okay, we're up by 20 points, we can go ahead and take a little bit of a break, but clearly you can't, or else you give up big leads like Texas has. But Sarkisian did address that, saying that maybe we make the same kind of aggressive calls that we would earlier in the game when we maybe just have a touchdown lead, or maybe when the game's tied, when we're up 20, just so the team doesn't really let their guard down.
Yeah, and he's going to put some of it on the staff, and then he also says we got to make plays.
Right.
I mean, the Savion Williams 42-yarder where he hurdled. Can't remember who he hurdled, but and that was well after he already had big yardage.
Yeah.
But that's a short pass that turns into a long gain.
Yeah.
Jared Wiley, the former Longhorn, gets free down the sideline. They just kind of lose him, and that's a 42-yard play. So all of a sudden you're cutting the field in half pretty quickly. But yeah, it's that old. Do you blitz? Do you play coverage? If you play zones, TCU is having a pretty good amount of success finding some creases. You play man, you risk giving up big plays. You want the problem of having to play with the lead like that, but you want to be able to close it out. Kind of looking back to the way they did against Alabama. They lost that lead to Alabama at the end of the third quarter, but then had great defense in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's kind of like how they played against BYU as well. I mean, I know BYU is not exactly the strongest team in the Big 12, but I mean, they put the pedal down, they win 35-6. So, I don't know, it's one of those things where you would love a blowout, it would make our job a lot easier if they would just blow somebody out. But they're still finding ways to win, and they're 9-1, still in the driver's seat to make it to the Big 12 title game. Number 7 in the CFP rankings again. Going to need some help to maybe creep into that number 4 spot, but that seems like so far away.
Yeah, and I mean, Billy, they want to get to Arlington, and
right.
And these last 2 games, there's no guarantee if they win at Iowa State that they're going to get there. No guarantee if they lose to Iowa State and beat Texas Tech. By then, we'll know obviously the formula. Mm-hmm. But even with that 1-game lead, there's so many teams still in the hunt. And you bring in that whole tiebreaker formula where some teams haven't played each other, so you eliminate that head-to-head tiebreaker. And the easy path is go take care of business. Right. Saturday's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
In Ames, they're gonna love to send Texas off out of the Big 12.
Oh yeah.
And they've had success against the Longhorns up there. So we'll see if Texas can figure it out one more time away from DKR.
Yep, 7 p.m. on Fox Saturday, another night game. The rest of the season, they're all night games until potentially the Big 12 title game, which is an 11 a.m. game. But before they can get to that game, they got to beat Iowa State this week. And like you said, Jack Trice Stadium is a very tough place to play. It doesn't matter how good the Cyclones are. To go in there and win is quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, and they're playing well. I mean, they went out to BYU, and say what you want about BYU, but they'd been undefeated at home, and they just, they took it to BYU early. Their redshirt freshman quarterback, Rocco Becht, is playing better. And again, they got hit early with a loss. That was against Iowa, which all the punchlines in the world didn't change the fact that that's a pretty good team. Then they get blown out by OU, and then the one that stings, and if they don't get to Arlington, they'll be thinking about that loss to Kansas when Jason Bean went down for a while and Cole Ballard came in and still lost at home. But yeah, they've got a good team. They play that 3-3-5 defense that can confuse some teams and some offenses. And then again, no Jonathan Brooks, so C.J. Baxter needs to be durable. And it's that old, you got to be able to run it when they know you're going to run it. You can run for 180 yards, but if you can't run it when they know you're going to run it in a tight ball game, then that can be the difference, and usually that happens in the fourth quarter.
Yep. 7 p.m. Game's going to be on Fox. Texas and Iowa State.
Forecast isn't that bad, Billy.
No, I mean, for Iowa in middle of November.
Yeah, clear, and I think maybe high 30s, low 40s.
Yeah, I mean, they'll take that.
We'll take it.
8 days a week.
That's
for
right.
Sure, absolutely. As long as there's no snow or ice in the
Yeah,
forecast.
wind going sideways at 50.
Yeah. Gosh. So, yes, Iowa State, 7 p.m. against in Ames, Iowa. Game's going to be on Fox. Roger, is there anything else from kind of TCU that maybe you saw up in the radio booth that was at least a little bit interesting?
Well, we haven't even talked about A.D. Mitchell.
That's true.
That was
good
that
point.
was. I mean, that wasn't the catch of the year for Texas. You can look up and down college football. I know there were some spectacular ones this week, but what was on the line, and maybe in 3 weeks we look back because of what they accomplished and what he did on his backside when they needed it, 3rd and 12. You're going to give it back to TCU in good field position to the point where not only are they going to probably quickly be in field goal range, but maybe like K-State, maybe go try to win the game. So what he did in that play stuck out to me because it was go make a play. And Quinn Ewers put it up there, and he went and made the play. And I joked with Sark on the radio afterwards. I said the A.D. Mitchell pickup in the portal, that's kind of worked out pretty well for you.
That is one kind of free agent pickup that certainly paid off. Him and Ryan Sanborn, the punter, also a great one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Love me some punting.
And he his 9th touchdown catch surpassed what he did in 22 games at Georgia. Now he's got 9 touchdowns in his 10th game at Texas.
Leads the Big 12, I believe.
He's
receiving touchdowns.
He's been outstanding, and he's a guy that maybe he catches 3 like he did Saturday.
Yeah. And
all 3 were huge. A touchdown, the game-clinching one, and one that got him off the goal line when they were struggling with field position in that 3rd quarter. Or he might go for 8 and 140 a game earlier. So great compliment to Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, so we'll see if A.D. Mitchell and the receiving core can maybe pick up the slack for missing Jonathan Brooks here. We're all going to find out together at 7 p.m. on Saturday on Fox. Texas takes on Iowa State. Roger, as always, thanks for joining me. And for Roger Wallace, I'm Billy Gates, and thanks again for watching, and we will talk to you again soon.